Hi everybody, welcome back. Tony again with Shinsho Yoga. And this video I would like to do just a little reading of a favorite story of mine called The Scorpion and the Frog. This is my book that I like to bring to class, one of the many. It's my little journal that has stories and sayings and things I've learned in it, and sometimes notes from students. And this story is in there. Sometimes I like to read this during Savasana, and I've had some people get a little wigged out by it because it's a strong story. And I think that when they do get wigged out by it, it hits a chord with them. Maybe it made them a little uncomfortable, which is sometimes a good thing. Don't know who wrote this story, but I like it. So, The Scorpion and the Frog. Once there was a scorpion that lived on an island in the middle of a river. One day the river began to rise, so she set out to find a way across. She went looking up and down the river bank when she suddenly saw a frog sitting in the rushes by the bank of the stream on the other side of the river. She decided to ask the frog for help getting across the stream. "Hello, frog," called the scorpion across the water. "Would you be so kind as to give me a ride on your back across the river?" "Well now, scorpion," asked the frog hesitantly, "how do I know that if I try to help you, you won't try to kill me?" "Because," the scorpion replied, "if I try to kill you, then I would die too, for you see I cannot swim." Now this seemed to make sense to the frog, but he asked, "What about when I get close to the bank? You could still try to kill me and get back to the shore." "This is true," agreed the scorpion, "but then I wouldn't be able to get to the other side of the river." "All righty then. How do I know you won't just wait till we get to the other side and then kill me?" said the frog. "Ah," crooned the scorpion, "because you see, if I kill you once you've taken me to the other side of the river, I would not be able to get back once the flood waters recede." So the frog agreed to take the scorpion across the river. He swam over to the bank and settled himself near the mud to pick up his passenger. The scorpion crawled onto the frog's back, her sharp claws prickling into the frog's soft hide, and the frog slid into the river. The muddy water swirled around them, but the frog stayed near the surface so the scorpion would not drown. He kicked strongly through the first half of the stream, his flippers paddling wildly against the current. Halfway across the river, the frog suddenly felt a sharp sting in his back, and out of the corner of his eye, the scorpion removed her stinger from his back. A deadening numbness began to creep into his limbs. "You fool!" croaked the frog. "Now we shall both die. Why did you do that?" The scorpion shrugged and replied, "It is my nature." Then they both sank into the muddy waters of the swiftly flowing river. What's the moral? The behavior of some people is irrepressible, no matter how they are treated and no matter what the consequences. I think it's a great story, or an allegory, however you want to look at it. I've known a lot of people like this in my life. Conditioning in people can be so strong that it doesn't matter what you do, what you say, how you treat them. Their nature is their nature, and you, as a mindful being, have to be aware of that. You have to be aware of this person's nature and treat them accordingly. That doesn't mean if they are such as the scorpion here and the frog, where you would say, well, that scorpion's killing people, so I'm going to treat them meanly. No, you understand that that is a scorpion. And you understand if you give that scorpion a ride, there's a very good chance that you may end up with a stinger in your back. There are people in my life who I refer to as different levels of snakes, right? In that they have fangs, and that if you get close enough to them, if you get within their strike zone, they will strike, right? I have one person I know that I often refer to as a cobra, because they like to just kind of lie waiting. They don't make aggressive moves, but they wait till you get within their strike zone, and if you get within their strike zone, they will hit. So you always have to stay outside of their strike zone. If you stay out of their strike zone, you're fine. Scorpion and the frog here in this story, the frog, if he had just said, no thanks, and went about his way, he wouldn't have had an issue. But he got within the scorpion's strike zone. And being that the behavior is irrepressible, the scorpions sunk themselves. I find most people don't want to be lifted out of their pit. They want you to climb in it and sit with them. And that's a very sad thing. I have a general rule of thumb in my life. If someone is down and they're stuck in their pit, I am more than happy to give you a hand to help you out. Help you lift yourself out of the pit. If you're not ready to be lifted out of the pit, I can come sit by the edge for a period of time and talk to you to try to help get you to a place to be lifted out. But I will not climb down in that pit with you, and you will not pull me down into it. If I go to lift you out and you try to pull me down, I will let go. Boundaries. That's what it really kind of comes down to, is having boundaries with people. Having expectations of people to be a certain way because you're a certain way, as I have learned the hard way, is not acceptable. Just because you're a certain way doesn't mean somebody else is going to be a way. Just because you're trying to be kind to them doesn't mean that they will be kind in return. The conditioning of certain people and certain personalities is irrepressible. And there's nothing, no matter how nice you are to them, how patient you are with them, how kind you are, how understanding, that can change that. This is where a lot of us make mistakes, especially those of us that are healers. We see someone hurt and we go, oh, we have to help them. I've done it my whole life and put myself into very bad situations because I'm like, this person is hurting. But understand, they're not looking for a way out of their pit. They just want someone to sit in there and keep them company. And that can't be done. That is not healthy. If you are here, to use this as an example, if you are here and they are here, your job is to help lift them up here, not climb down and sit where they are. If you're on the proverbial high ground, right, you don't want to climb down into the pit. You want to help lift others out. But they have to be ready to do that, and you have to be aware of those that no matter what you do, will not be lifted out, or will not climb out, but will pull you down every time. And you don't have to be mad at them for who they are. This conditioning happens through trauma. Mainly when you're a kid. Somebody hurt them. And this is how they learn to defend themselves. If you're into astrology, there's certain setups and charts that people are going to be this way no matter what. What you have to do, you don't worry about that. Don't worry about their astrological chart. Don't even worry about their trauma, right? That's not your position. Your position is to guard your energy and be the best example that you can be. Be the change that you want to see in the world, right? Be the best version of yourself that you can be. And have no expectations of them. And protect your energy. Understand who they are. See them for who they are. This is where meditation is going to come in, because you won't be able to see a person for who they are if your mind is not clear. If your mind is agitated and constantly going, you will never be able to hear the instinct that comes from here, to feel this and listen to when it goes, this person is bad news. The scorpion and the frog knew right off the bat, hey, this person is this animal is bad. This scorpion's going to hurt me. But the scorpion talked him out of it and ended up dead for it. Trusting your instincts. Having that still mind. But again, understanding that some people, no matter what you do, their personality, their behavior, their traits is irrepressible. And there's nothing you can do about that. So just guard yourself from it. Be aware Have boundaries. Don't be afraid to say no. And don't be afraid to walk away. So, hope you got a kick out of that story. I like it. As always, just breathe, follow your breath, let your thoughts arise, let them pass by, and return to the breath. Over and over and over. Thanks again for watching. Namaste.